Sacrifices are all the deal in World of Tanks Blitz. Certain tanks sacrifice either a lot of DPM, mobility, or whatnot to gain massive amounts of armor, massive alpha. There's many different ways tanks trade off certain aspects to gain big advantages in others. And the WZ-120 for a very long time had the sacrifice of no gun depression to have everything else be amazing. However, Wargaming decided, I would say about a year ago, that they were going to change that and make the WZ-120 possibly the strongest tier 9 medium in the game, and one of the best tier 9s in general, by giving it 5 degrees of gun depression. That 2 degrees might not sound like a lot, but it definitely massively changed how more flexible this tank is. The WZ-120 went from a tank that was very hard to work on a lot of ridge lines to now a tank that can use its fantastic turret armor that's over 220 thick on the front almost anywhere. It can use its great DPM 2650 to be exact, and if you're running rammer, upwards of 2850, which is more than most tier 10 heavies, even though you're carrying the same alpha as most tier 10 heavies, sitting at 400 damage per shot. Your dispersion is fantastic for only a 2-second aiming time, and even mobility, tank's not slow, going 56 kilometers per hour with a power to weight ratio of 18. As I said, the WZ-120 has honestly almost no downside. This tank has everything going for it. Alpha, DPM, it's even got decent penetration. It's not the best, it's not like the Leopard PTA or the Type 61 that are sitting upwards of 330 on the heat, but those are very special outliers that actually carry the most premium pen in tier 9 for mediums. This one, sitting at 308 with Cali, is still enough to get the job done. So, what does the enemy team have? They got a Type 68 and a Conqueror for tier 9. The Type 68 will definitely be a bit of a threat, and the Conqueror, I mean, it's got a nice gun, but let's be real, most people playing the Conqueror, especially if they're grinding for the 2 and 5B, probably don't know much about the game. So, I'm going to push into this bush here. This is one of my favorite positions because it gives you early initial spots in the enemy team, and just look at that aiming time. It's insane. You can just get away with a boop. There you go. Nice 398 tap right into that WZ-120. And in 4 more seconds, we will have another shell ready. I really don't know why that guy did that. I mean, sure, he got an aggressive spot, but I don't know. We got a Ferdinand sitting in the back who I don't think is AFK. We also got an SU-101, but I'm just going to leave. I mean, that's all I really need to do. Ironically, the Conqueror I said who wouldn't pose a threat is actually the one that hit me there, but you know what? Never mind, WZ-120 accuracy. That's actually not even bad accuracy on this tank. I just got pretty unlucky. I also realized I have no heat shells loaded just now. Must have either had them swapped out when I did a challenge video or something like that, so I guess this will be a little bit harder of a game, but thankfully because this tank's got pretty good standard pen, you don't need premium, especially in like a tier 8 game like this, so I'm not actually too worried in this battle, just a bit of an inconvenience to say the least. Alright, let's keep on driving. We got the Conqueror over here, aiming, and boom, a nice shell right into the side of the Conqueror. And the crazy part is, that's a low roll. Like, imagine rolling 360 in every other medium and being like, darn, imagine not rolling 400. It's just amazing to deal such big chunks of alpha with this vehicle. So we got the Panther 2 off to the side, we got the Conqueror. Goodbye. Oh, what? Okay, this game, it's trolling me, guys. Is definitely trying to troll me right now. We do have the T-28. This guy, he is not going to bounce. Nice shell, 415 into the side. And with that, we've managed to break 1100 damage. Although, I do definitely feel that we should have penned that shell on the side of the Conqueror. We also got the Type 68 all the way off to the side. Can't really get a shell into him just yet. We also got the T-28 Defender over here, aiming and fire. There you go. Another beautiful tap into his tank for 470. Again, that's just the fantastic aiming time on this vehicle. Instantly able to scope it on an opponent and get the shell in. So we got the 34-3 over here. Boop. There you go. And we got a bounce from... actually, I don't know. I think it's the WZ-120 that bounced me. Now, because this T-34-3 is basically my take, but down a tier, I know that I out-reload him, and I'm able to get the shell finishing him off. So, with that, we're already up to 2,468 damage, even with those wonky misses we've had in this game. And, yeah, we're just going to continue pushing on up. So, there's the Type 68, and fire. I love that. I love when my shell directly... Look at that. It's directly on his hatch. Oh, come on, game. That's so sad. Alright, well, the good news is we can just aim it on the WZ, finish him off with an easy slap right into his turret, and now we can continue pushing on the Type 68. So, let's try doing that right now. Aim in, fire, nice shell right into the turret weak spot. With that, we've broken over our 3,000 damage barrier, and yeah, this should be a pretty easy damage chunk here as well. Nice. Unfortunately, our WZ-111 got that shell out just before we fired. So, no crazy damage in this game, but for tier 9 over 3k, pretty solid. I mean, that's what I usually try to do in this tank because it's such a fantastic vehicle. Even with no premium shells, you were able to see just how flexible the gun is, how well it can work. So, Hori was able to finish off my teammate, but I think that Emil one's probably going to be able to get the farm in, but maybe not. Maybe I will be able to get one shell into this Hori. Come on. I believe. Come on. No. Oh, that's such a rip. Well, either way, not a bad first battle. Even though we had those two very wonky shells, you can see overall the gun worked outstandingly well, and was able to snap a lot of opponents very easily. So 3,166 damage. All I'm going to do is drag this bar down a little bit and give me a little bit more premium shells like that. Nice. Okay, so let's get into another battle and see if we can revamp that first bit of downside of our premium ammo. But we didn't actually need it for any of those situations. We just got pretty unlucky shooting at the side of that Conqueror that it did not want to penetrate his tank, even his lower plate too. The Conqueror is not a tank known for its armor, but I guess that battle, it was working pretty well until he died. Yeah, I got to add that in. Alright, second battle. This time we're up against tier 10s, and not only tier 10s, but two of them being top tier mediums, the M48 Patton and the M60. Both very strong vehicles in terms of damage per minute and almost every capability. And especially judging that we have no mediums, this is a very, very poor battle. Like, really poor. So I'm a little nervous. I'm going to say that now, but I'm going to see if I can help out heavy side. They only have 3 heavies. They got an E5, K91, and a 60 TP. And the 60 TP is really the big one that I'm worried about. The other one's not too threatening, and it looks like they actually went to the outer side of D, which is perfect because I can push very aggressive right through here. And there's the K91. Hello, Mr. K91. Fire. Nice shot for 417. Because I'm a medium with over 400 damage per shot, it's actually quite easy to just absolutely slap a vehicle like the K91 or this E5 there for 401 and actually win the trading battle. So let's put on my adrenaline. Let's see if I can get another shell into the lower plate of the C5. There you go. But I guess my luck is that bad, and that shell on the corner fender of my tank is going to end up penetrating me. So we got the K91. That sadly bounced. And with that, I don't know what our team's doing. Our Yag is just throwing his hit points away, I can tell you that. Let's aim it on the C5. Oh, okay. Oh boy, this battle is not instilling confidence in me, guys. Not even in the slightest. Our E4 is also dead, and let me guess, I'm going to be the one that gets shot by the 60, because, yep, that is how this game works. The medium is the one that gets bullied by the heavy. Alright, well, the 60 does have a damaged ammo rack, which is great for me, because bad reload. So, hopefully our 50 TP prototype will support me a bit. This guy did fix his ammo rack, and I'm hoping that he takes the shell from the 60. He did. Move. Go, go, go. What are you doing? Oh my god, people like this get me so irritated. Alright, so I should be able to get a shell easily into the lower plate, finishing him off. And it's actually closer than you would think in this situation, but still not incredibly close, judging that the... Oh my god, this 57's on me. Alright, I'm going to be careful here, but I really, really want to get a shell into that 268. He's not looking at me right now, so that means I should be able to get an easy shell. There you go. Nice 400 damage tap into the 268, and with that, 268 has been brought down to a one-shot. That's really good news. We got the K91 and the Patton over here. We also got the enemy 268 who looks like he might want to poke, but I'm not sure what he's planning on doing right now. He's probably going to try and tap my E5 or somebody off to the side. I'm just kind of chilling here. I mean, I can enjoy this spot, and if this Patton decides to make a monkey poke like he did, we'll get an easy shell right into his tank for a pretty beefy shot. Unfortunately, our T-57 Heavy thought that That maneuver was a good one, and it's not going too well for him. But hey, I'm gonna take all the 57's monkeyness and get another shell right into the pattern. So now we just put on adrenaline. I'm gonna hopefully use this 50 TP prototype as a bit of a meat shield. We're gonna get another shell in, and yes, it looks like the K91 might not have his final shell, which would be perfect for me. Although I can't actually finish him off with a standard shell, but that's why HE exists. So now it is a 1 versus 1 engagement. And, well, all I really got to do is hit... Oh, wow. HE shell does 0 damage to the Patton. That's really unfortunate there. But good news is that we reload quick enough to get another shell into his tank. So there you go. I can't believe the HE did 0. That was a completely orange spot. Wasn't even on his mantlet. And Wargaming just said no. Either way, that was a pretty good carry. You can see that even though... heavy side was kind of falling apart there. I was able to use my hit points, my mobility, and strong DPM to do more than every player on our team, including the massive plethora of tier 10s. In fact, the tier 9 as well, the 50 TP, the 46% one, was able to do better than every other tier 10 we had as well. That's incredible. I always love to see when the tier 9 just completely outperform the tier 10s. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Bye-bye!